What is the best way to charge your Apple Watch? This is the Apple Watch 6. Yes, use the OEM cable that Apple sent with the watch or buy an OEM cable. If you're using a third-party charging system, make sure it's compatible. Just because it says it'll charge your Apple Watch doesn't mean it's going to charge the Apple Watch that you have, that precise model. This is the Apple Watch 6, and this is a charger that I bought from Apple that's compatible with it. Yes, the watch is 3 years old, but I've made it last, and I wanted to do a long-term range of testing with the watch. Now, when you charge your watch using original equipment manufacturing, you could just not care, charge it to full, charge it overnight, charge it 6 times a day if you're doing a lot of GPS workouts, and not really care about battery health. I tend to care about battery health, and I know a little bit about it, and you want to keep the battery life between 30, 40% to 80%. That sometimes, yeah, you're going to have to go down to 20, maybe in the teens. Try not to go, just avoid those single digits. That's bad. Avoid 0%. Right now I'm at 70, so I'm right to that close. Now, without monitoring it, without opening up my iPhone and going here and then swiping to the left and looking up and, it's at 70%, that's tedious, and you get distracted with life, and then you're going to miss it, and then before you know it, you're at 100% again. If you're going from single digits back to 100%, that's bad. Now, if you're upgrading every year, who cares, right? Nobody cares about that. If you're an early adapter and you're just counting the seconds until Apple announces the next Apple Watch, I'm sorry, this video is not for you. But if you're like most people, you buy a watch, whether it's a Coros, an Amazfit T-Rex 2, Ocean Blue Special Edition, or the Garmin Epix 2, you want it to last more than a year, 2 years, 3 years, hopefully 4 years, Apple, hopefully. Where's my wooden desk? Yeah. Right now, my battery health is at 80%. Let me show you what I've learned. This is my lovely, remarkable tablet. So we just type in Apple Watch 6. There we go, LTE. 74 pages of notes. Apple Watch rings via Garmin. Oh yeah, that was something else. So this is real easy, and it's just, I think it's 5 simple clicks. 1. Okay, so 1 turns on the watch. 2, click that side button. 3, click on the battery percent. And 4, click on low power mode. As soon as you click on low power mode, then 5, you have to click it on again. And now it's in low power mode. What that's going to do is that's going to notify you when the watch exits low power mode, which is at 80%. Now, the new Apple Watch Ultra and the Apple Watch Ultra 2 don't automatically notify you, at least not yet, when it gets to 8%. This is a workaround. So now it's in low power mode, and every Apple Watch since the Apple Watch 6, so for the last 4 years, Apple has included that low power mode. And then I'm going to get a notification on my phone as soon as that reaches 80%. It's really, really cool. So again, let's review that. So we're going to pretend that the watch is not in low power mode. So step 1, connect it with an OEM charger. Easy, right? Click 1, press that side button, or the crown that will power on your watch. Click 2, press that side button again. Click 3, click on the battery percent. Click 4, low power mode. Click 5, turn on power mode. And then you just wait. You'll get that notification on your iPhone. The cool thing is, I don't know if, and I should know this, it's a combination of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The Bluetooth between the watch and the connected iPhone is really, really good. Almost anywhere in my house, I'll get the notification, and this little dial right there, that is how loud I'm talking. So my decibel level during a video is around 70 at low points, sometimes even maybe 50 decibels. And to check your battery health while we're waiting to get to 80%, scroll on down to battery. And then it shows you how it's charging. It shows that I am in charging status. And you can see I do follow my advice. I was down to 29%, and that's when I started charging again. And then right there, battery health, optimized battery charging. I do recommend using that. Maximum capacity, 80%. Which is not that bad after 3.5 years. This will reach the 4-year mark this December 2024. So 4 years, one Apple Watch. I tried the Apple Watch 7, tried the Apple Watch 9, tried the Apple Watch Ultra, the Ultra 2. I tried the Apple Watch, what's it called? Not LTE. Well, this is the LTE, the SE, Special Edition, Savings Edition, whatever it calls. So I've tried a lot of others. But even the Apple Watch Ultra, I don't know. The battery life didn't impress me, so I did not keep it. So there we go. 5 clicks for healthier battery life. Fun stuff. Now, if I go here and go back to page 1, go to page 1, go. Apple Watch LTE, 60, yep, charge. I'd be really, okay, so that was January 11th, 2021. Day 2 was January, okay, so I bought this in January of 2021. So 21, 22, 23, 24. Wow, that's a long time. Battery life 68%. The LTE button was enabled since I unboxed it yesterday, and the AOD too. I turned off the AOD around 1900. After much clicking, LTE really drains the batteries. It's kind of fun to go back and read these notes. LTE is the cost of resources greater than the benefits of convenience to have cellular data, phone calls, texts, iMessage, etc. with you at all times, and for $5 a month. I made the mistake of trying power reserve mode, and no, I didn't find it useful, and it takes far too much time to exit PR mode. Samsung does this far more effectively. Yeah, I would agree. Do I care too much about battery life? I don't know. What do I like about the Apple Watch? Texting is fun. Being Dick Tracy is simply cool. Fast charging is better than Samsung. Battery longevity is less stressful. 40 hours in a pinch, well, it brings me peace of mind. 5, haptic feedback. You know, that's an important feature. When you're talking about haptic feedback, the vibration of your watches, Apple somewhat coined that phrase. They created it because it's not just haptic, taptic. It's not vibration. It's haptic, and it's really cool. That is one thing that I missed from the Apple Watch Ultra. The haptic feedback was even stronger than the Apple Watch 6. Ooh, we're at 78%. So we're gonna get that notification on my phone any minute. And I don't know how they did it. I would love to look into that more, and I've done some reading, but I actually need to take apart an Apple Watch, which I have. I need some help taking it apart, and I'm waiting for a friend of mine for his schedule to open up so we can do that video together. So that's coming soon. I want to take a look at that haptic motor. So again, do I recommend the Apple Watch? Is it going to change your life more than Amazfit, Coros, or Garmin? Yes and no. You spend a lot of time charging the watch, and that can be tiresome. I have a charging cable here at my house. I have one at work, and there's the notification. Low power. It reads low power mode off. Apple Watch battery sufficiently charged. So now what we want to do is just click, take that off, and then I can strap that on next to, ooh, it's a little warm. I also recommend before you put on your watches again, give that sensor a quick little wipe down. It gets oils and stuff on there, and that can prohibit tracking. Oh, that is a little warm. How warm is it? 87 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's already cooled off. I've measured this before and it gets over 90. Huh. Yeah, it was probably at 90 when I first uncoupled it. So now you're wondering, well, if the battery health is at 80%, how much longer does it last? Or what's the battery life cycle like? It'll get me through a day, but I normally have to charge it for another 20 minutes sometimes before I go to bed, because even though I charge it to 80, we really only charge it to 60 because the capacity is 80. If I charge it to 100, I should actually be at 80. So when I'm at 80%, I'm actually at 60. And with the GPS workout, a good hour of doing walking and maybe a short run, maybe a little bit of workout on the row machine, so a total of hour and a half of workout tracking, both indoors and outdoors, a couple hundred notifications, some text messaging. What's the weather in Paris, France? You know, talking to Siri, stuff like that. It's going to, yeah, it's going to diminish the battery. Oh, and then my watch notified me as well that low power mode is off. Now, if I put it back in lower power mode, is that going to help the battery? It helps the battery life, but it's not going to really help the battery health overall. I think I've talked enough about that. Yes, I recommend Apple. If you really love your Apple phone, it's an extension of the phone. And the way Apple communicates with the phone, I'm sorry, Samsung. Okay, let me take these off. No, I need to keep them on. The studio lights, sometimes they're a little too bright for me. That marriage, the connection between this peripheral, this timepiece, and the iPhone, it's the best connection of any watch I've ever tested. And I think that's why I keep going back, especially if you spend that $5 to, I think some carriers are $20 a month. Ooh, hopefully you can get the $5 discount like I have. And you just leave your phone at home and you have that safety of being able to talk to your loved ones, get text messages from your boss about important questions regarding that bug you were testing, stuff like that, right? Amazfit does a good job. So does Coros. So does Garmin. But really it's between Samsung, Pixel, well, OnePlus, and Apple. They make phones and they make smartwatches. OnePlus and their phones, the OnePlus Watch 2 and the OnePlus 12, there's pretty much no connection. There's also nothing in there. We're not going to talk about them. Garmin doesn't make a phone. Amazfit doesn't make a phone. Coros doesn't make a phone. But Samsung, that Galaxy Watch 6, and soon I'll have the Galaxy Watch Ultra, It's good. It's great, but not as cohesive and not as consistent as the Apple Watch with the iPhone. So there you go, 5 easy steps to save your battery. And wouldn't it be nice if Apple and Samsung talked to each other and you could use the same charger? I'm hoping one day that all watches use Qi Wireless, or at least probably it's going to be Qi Wireless 3.0 by then, because this stuff, all these different chargers, this is my Fitbit Sense 2, this proprietary stuff, I'm really kind of exhausted. It's it's too much work trying to carry multiple chargers, but that's my life with watches. So I'm going to take these 4 watches for a walk. Working on my next video, the T-Rex 2 compared to the Helio Ring, and the video after that, the T-Rex 2 compared to the Coros Pace 3. So stay tuned for those. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope your battery health stays in that 90th percentile, because you're going to get a really good experience with your Apple Watch. Again, low power mode, use an appropriate charging cable, and you'll be able to enjoy your Apple Watch, hopefully for longer than 4 years. Goodbye for now, and yes, let the credits roll for the Paramount Kid. Goodbye. Oh, it turned off.